can't. Everything is just fucking goddamn fucking up right now, man. I can't move because the thing and my thing's not reloading. The guy jumps over the fucking king. I can't fucking move. I'm fucking getting fucking. I'm motherfucking. Fuck! God damn it! Fuck! Holy shit!
So there you are, raging hard at your computer screen. You throw your controller and break your keyboard. The first question is, how did you feel immediately after you did that? Probably pretty upset once you cooled down. So what should we do? First, we need to realize raging doesn't help anything. Do not compare yourself to other gamers. There are always going to be other gamers that are better than you. Instead, I like to compare myself to who I was yesterday. Part of improving is indeed gameplay skill-wise, but what we often neglect is the mindset. You can learn how to win, but equally important is to learn how to lose. When you're upset, you're not going to perform at your best. Not to mention, you can't analyze what you did wrong. Your worth isn't based only on a game. I see some people keep playing, trying to end on a win, sometimes multiple wins. Let it go. Find other hobbies. You are more than the game. Come back once you've cooled down. Even if you fail at the game, you are not failing at life. What are some small things you can do to feel better? Here's some examples. Do the dishes, clean your bed, or study. If you must get better, there are a million study guides online. Study those and practice over and over. I've said it before, but I'll say it again. You either win or you learn. Nobody stays undefeated, and that's okay. Win at being a partner, or a good friend, or anything else. Find value in things outside of the game. If it's all based on the game, then this can lead to feelings like worthlessness, feelings like, well, shit, when you lose. Your happiness being based on success means it will be inconsistent, especially when it comes to the game. Most people are not at the pro level, so does that game you're raging at matter? What do you actually have to lose? Whenever I'm looking at situations, I ask myself, will it matter in 6 months? A year? What am I gaining from this honestly? I always say, high expectations set you up for success, but by the same side of that double-sided dagger, you may fall on it when you don't reach those expectations. Instead, I like to hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Confidence is so important for performance, which is why it's equally important to believe in yourself. Mantras like, I'm the best, I can do this, I'm not a failure, all equally important for you.
You were so focused before the fight started. You were standing over there, and as Bruce Buffer was saying your name, you were saying to yourself, I'm the best. I'm the best.
I am the best.
There's always next time. There's always tomorrow. Each time getting a little better. Everyone starts from nothing, including you. If you plateau, then refine what you're currently doing. Take a break if need be. Ask others what they did, what they felt, what they went through. It may give you a new perspective on the situation. Keep in mind, you're not the only one going through these feelings and these experiences. I like to write down the pros and cons of things I do. Like take for example the rage. It can really help to reflect on your current behaviors and see the impact those behaviors are having on your life. We often do stuff like rage or play matches until we hit big, like a gambling addict does with a slot machine, and the end results often leave us worse than when we started. Be it with not only the rage, but now the upset feeling and regret of broken controller to go along with it, or the guilt and despair of continuing to gamble and lose your mortgage. Rarely do these behaviors end up leaving us in a better spot in the end. Something you'll find that helps you is having a student mentality. It just means that you're always looking to grow and learn. And on the other end, I see people a lot of times with a fixed mindset. This is the idea that intelligence is fixed and that you're born with a certain level of proficiency or capability in different areas. The problem with this is when you do plateau, which will happen for most players, at some point or another, this will only act as a reinforcement to say, see, I told you so, which is not going to help you get better at the game, and instead just limit you. Of course, the biggest question is, what would be the point of playing games if we're not having fun? I see all the time where people get tilted. I've already explained how getting tilted clouds your judgment and making critical decisions to win the game, but if you snap on your teammates, they may be less likely to work with you, and as we know, League is heavily influenced by teamwork. Plus, what's the point of doing something that's only causing you grief in the first place? Now, if you're the one looking to help a friend instead, it's important to encourage them. Specifically, we want to praise the effort rather than the result. Because if you're praising the result, not only will it depend on success, which, might I add, will be especially inconsistent at first, and may add unneeded pressure for them to perform to perceived gameplay expectations. By praising the effort, it encourages others to keep trying, and most importantly, to keep getting back up, regardless of the outcome. It's good to just enjoy the process as a whole, rather than the singular wins, or the losses. What I find is exposure therapy is great for this. We may want to do what is comfortable for us, but by doing this, we ironically guarantee that we will always remain uncomfortable. For us to get better in all aspects of life, we must do those things at some point or another. For me, it was playing the role of damage on Overwatch when I was used to being a healer. But I had to rip the band-aid off. And in fact, it might not be so bad as you think. But you'll never know until you try. Change your mindset about failing, and you'll change the way you play the game. You'll level up. The truth is, in life, whether it's gaming or not taking that promotion, by seeking comfort, you increase the chances of a mediocre life. Break these daunting tasks into the simplest form step by step. Just start with trying to aim a little better, or moving side to side or juking on the video game. Start with the simplest things, so you won't be overwhelmed by the bigger picture. And last but not least, I'd like to say that tryhard is a term that is often used in an unflattering way. But if you're dead serious about getting better and being the best, then I recommend you try hard every game. Now again, that doesn't mean tilting. What try hard means simply is that you're doing the right builds, you're doing the right customizations. You're playing as if each game is a tournament. You don't get lazy, you don't slack. You make sure that you take breaks when needed so you're at full optimization. And by the way, that's an important part too. Whenever you feel yourself flustered, take a break. It's a cool down. It's like, think of like when you're charging your phone. You can't just use your phone non-stop. And the higher the brightness or the more demanding mentally and physically a game is, the faster your battery drains. So you need to make sure that you're constantly recharging yourself in between games. It can help just to take 5 minutes. You'll see all the time on tournaments where people take 5 minutes away from the tournament to relax. Or, if you want, just go casual if you want. The important thing is you're having fun on the game. Whatever that fun may be, make sure you're having it. Just remember, all the people who play these games are playing them for the same purpose, to have fun. So you go out there and you make sure that you have fun.